All right, boys. I guess we are back in action. Welcome back, everyone, to the Most Just Okayest podcast. My apologies. I'm reading the Buccaneers coach Bruce Arians retiring from coaching, and they are hiring Todd Bowles as their coach now. So that's interesting. I thought that was very interesting little breaking news as we started. How y'all doing? Welcome back. We're waiting for our fourth person, but I don't know where the hell he is because he's always late.
He's always late. I don't know. I'm doing okay. Been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. We've been pretty busy, everyone. We had I've had the kid, he's been growing, so he's been wanting to do more, and it's just been a hell of a time. Diver has been out and about looking at wieners, and Steven has been selling himself on the corner. So there's that.
Yep. We've been doing.
So see, Diver, we knew it. As soon as we started saying something about Steven, oh yeah, I guess that's how it's
Yeah. Weak intro. Come on. More energy. Let's go. Pick it up.
You pick it up, you piece of shit.
I'll pick it up once you pick it up.
Diver, pick it up.
Steven, can you even pick yourself up?
Oh shit.
I do every day, Diver. Fuck yourself.
Does it take you a long time?
No, it doesn't.
Like the people want to know, how do you get up in the morning? Like, what's your morning routine?
No.
My morning routine?
Ask what the people really want to know.
It's curse God. Ask why I still exist. And then, I don't know. Decide to roll over and go fuck it. I guess I got to keep going.
So do you just roll out of bed and then just kind of work your way up? Or like, how do you get up in the mornings?
Put one foot on the ground, put the other foot on the ground, bend at the knee, and get the fuck up.
Does that take a lot of effort?
No, it doesn't.
Are you usually out of breath at that point?
No, I'm not.
What is your driving force getting up every day?
What is my driving force getting up every day?
Yeah.
The fact that if I were to sit there and just die, my family would go bankrupt with the expensive crane they'd have to buy to get me out of my bed.
Yeah, because I ain't coming down to help. So I think they would probably just let the birds come in and eat you.
Oh, yeah, that's what they do?
Yeah,
they probably sit there and look at each other and be like, yeah, I think it's time to move.
Yeah, I think it's time to just let you sit there and block the doorway off.
Okay.
And they just like kind of let you just go away.
Yeah.
You know how bad you would stink? I mean, you stink alive. Could you imagine how bad you would stink dead?
No, I've never thought of that.
Oof. I bet that ass would just stink.
You probably wouldn't have that issue if you actually wipe your ass.
Diver, what is it that the people want to know?
We don't have to bring this up every single fucking episode.
What is it, Diver?
Steven, so when you're laying down and you want to rub one out, like, you gotta move your stomach.
I refuse to comment anymore. You want to know? Go watch the previous episodes. Go listen to the previous episodes.
I don't know if they could watch it, Steven. That's probably bad if they're watching you do that.
I was gonna say, I think some therapy is gonna be needed at that point.
It's in the previous episodes. Go listen.
I think that's therapy for if they would imagine you having to lift your stomach.
So what? So it's not therapy if I tell them in real time, but it is if they go back and listen to a previous episode?
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
No, it's not how it works.
No.
Ah, man. How's your therapy going? You still going to therapy?
No, I stopped going to therapy about a year ago. I don't need it anymore.
What about like fat therapy?
Is that just what we're going to talk about all day? Is how I'm fat?
I mean, it's not like we're lying.
I mean, you're not, but why is that something you want to talk about?
The people want to know, man. There's questions the people have.
I don't know about that.
The people want to know how you wipe your ass.
That's cool.
So when you get up in the morning, like, what is the driving force though? Is it like, getting up because you have your family, you want to get up because, you have to take a shit? Like, what is it that gets you up in the morning?
what gets me up. It's probably just because I rolled over and I hurt myself somehow. I don't know.
Is it because like you like just pain and suffering?
I mean, if that was the case, I probably wouldn't get up. I just like roll onto the floor and just die on the ground.
Ah, okay, that's fun. That's fun. You should
I should try that. Yeah, I should. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever checked and see if there's a basement below you?
I know there's a crawl space underneath our house.
Oh God, if you fell in there, I don't think you're ever getting out.
Probably not.
The raccoons will come and get you.
Why is it raccoons?
The raccoons are coming for you. Not racist in any way, shape, or form, and not yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode of calling Steven a somehow figuring out how to wipe his own ass. No, that's not the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes is we're back in action, bullying Steven. Way to go, Diver. We're home. We're here. We're not queer, unlike Steven. Steven, do you like men?
No.
The people want to know.
How do you know?
I already know.
How?
Because I know.
You've never been.
It doesn't.
You've never had a women's touch.
It doesn't matter.
It should matter.
What have you had? Have you put a guy's cock in your mouth? Is that how you know you're not gay?
Maybe. I wouldn't know. I haven't gone that far yet.
Well, then how do you not know?
Because I've touched a woman.
It doesn't mean anything.
Facts.
Basically, like, wow, this is a lot better than probably another dude touching me. So
if you haven't, but you're telling me that if I haven't experienced it, I don't know.
You haven't experienced
so no, you haven't experienced. You haven't experienced putting another dude's fucking 9-inch schlong in your mouth. How do you know?
Wait, why are you saying 9-inch schlong? Is there something you're hiding?
What?
Like, how did you know it was like? How are you saying it's 9 inches? Have you put a 9-inch schlong in your mouth?
I'm throwing out a random number.
Oh, I bet you are. A random number usually is like an average number for Americans is probably 6 to 7 inches. But saying 9 inches, that's kind of weird, dude.
It's 5.5.
Is it 5.5 for Americans?
I'm standing by that.
Is it 5.5 for Americans?
The average penis for an American is a 5.5er.
Who has the biggest average schlong?
I don't know. I just know it's 5.5 because for once in my life I was above average.
Let's see. Average penis sizes in the world. Let's take a wild gander at that one. Who do you guys think is first?
I would probably assume like Germany. I could probably I could see it being somewhere weird or like you wouldn't think of, like Netherlands or some shit.
The countries with the largest erect penis is Ecuador.
Yep, somewhere
with
weird.
6.93, Cameroon with 6.56, Bolivia with 6.5,
Understandable.
Sudan with 6.48, Haiti with 6.3, Senegal with 6.26, Gambia, Netherlands, Cuba, Zambia. Oh God! And the country with the smallest erect penis. What do you think the country with the smallest?
China or Korea?
No, they're not even on this list of the
'Cause
smallest.
they're Ooh. Mexico?
No, it's Cambodia with 3.95 inches.
Oh, that's sad.
That's why Cambodians love to come here because they're like, damn. Steven, what is your size? Is yours? Can you see it past your stomach?
I'm not going to talk about this on the podcast.
On the podcast?
No.
Why not?
Why would I?
Why are you the way that you are? You should be open with your sexuality.
Why are you the way that you are? I am open.
It's
with my
2022,
sexuality.
man. We're not
It's
judging.
2022. Yeah, come on, man. We're in a great state right now, and you're sitting there saying that you don't want to be open with your sexuality. That's really offensive to a lot of people.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I feel that's pretty offensive, man. Like that's
Yep, it is.
unaware of your surroundings.
I'm kind of hurt because I feel like I'm not a good friend then.
Yeah, because
Like,
if you
I
can't be
feel
open,
like I'm not one of your close friends anymore.
yeah, if you can't be open with your sexuality, then I mean it's kind of bad with
I
that.
am very open.
Apparently not, because you haven't even told us you're gay.
Because I'm not gay.
How do you know?
Because I know.
How do you know?
Because I know.
What kind of porn do you watch, huh?
What kind of porn do I watch?
Yeah, what kind of porn?
I don't know. MILF? Like
MILF?
Babysitter? I don't know. What the
I
fuck
thought you were gonna say baby. I was like, yeah, we gotta talk.
So yeah, you come back now.
So babysitter. So like, is it like just regular male on female, female on female? Like, what's going on there?
Dude on chick, chick on chick.
All right, so when you're asking dude on chick, like, what are you looking for? Like, are you hoping that guy has a good, good schlong to please the lady?
I'm not paying attention to the dude's cock.
I mean, what are you paying attention to?
Let's be honest, though. When you watch porn, does the dude got a big dick or a small dick?
I don't really pay attention because I don't care.
So what are you paying attention to then?
I'm paying attention to the woman in the scene.
Like, what are you looking at though?
I don't know, tits, ass, all kinds of stuff.
So you're looking at the ass, so you're seeing.
What are you looking at?
You're seeing the dick go in and out. So are you looking at a small dick or a big dick?
I don't pay attention.
Then yes, you do. If you're looking at ass,
no, I don't.
The balls and the dick are somewhere in there.
Why is this so important to you?
Because we want to know, man. These are burning questions in the people's heart.
What do you look up when you watch porn, huh?
Everything under the sun.
Do you really?
Strap on. It has to be lesbian strap on. I ain't into that pagan shit. Tell you that much. Maybe throw a little tranny here and there. No, I don't. I'm kidding. I don't look that up. Let's see. MILF. What are you doing, step bro? Something like that. I like amateurs a lot because it's just like they're more like what I could do.
Because then you're sitting there like, yeah, that chick over in the line at checkout, she probably gets freaky. Because
like amateurs, it's like stuff that I can do. Like if you watch actual porn stars, they're doing shit that's I can't do that.
I can't compete with that.
Yeah. So Steven, what are you looking at? Big dick, small dick? What are you looking at?
I'm not looking at dick at all.
I mean, my ass, you're not looking at the dick go in and out.
No, I'm not actively looking at the dick.
You're a fucking liar.
Why am I a liar? Why am I a liar?
Because I know you are. I know what you look at.
You sick fuck.
Yeah, you sick fuck.
Yep, that's me.
I really wish Garcia would join in so we could start this whole shit that I have, but we'll just continue bullying you.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, I mean, you got to think though, Steven, like everybody has some sort of like, if you look at strap-on, you're looking at like you want the lady to have a big long john, or are you looking at like her to have a small one?
I don't fucking care. I mean,
you should because it's pleasing the lady. Steven, if you ever had a lady before, you would know that you want to make sure you please the lady.
I am trying to get in and get out and then feel ashamed afterwards. I'm not sitting there to analyze the video. I'm not gonna fucking do a study on it.
You just listen to the sound then, is what you're saying.
No.
So what are you watching then? There's a dick somewhere in that scene.
And I'm not paying attention to it.
So what are you paying attention to?
I don't know how many shots of porn is there actual visible cock.
I mean, a lot of it, because there's dick everywhere.
Out of like a 20-minute scene, out of like a 20-minute scene, you got like what, like 5 minutes of BJ, then you got like maybe like 7 minutes of missionary. I tell you, I'm skipping past the BJ because I don't give a fuck about watching her suck dick. I don't care.
Sometimes because if you knew what it felt like, you would watch.
Well, I guess that's true. If I did know what it feels like, maybe I would.
Wow. I mean, it's just Steven, I'm turning towards the point of not believing what you watch.
Okay. I don't care.
Do you watch gay men?
No, I don't.
What kind of women do you like? Blonde, brown, hair,
redheads?
You like the ebony? Do you like big dick chicks?
Why do you think I like dicks?
Because Steven, you never know.
I do not. Redheads are a weakness.
Redheads, huh?
Blondes are a close second.
I really wish we were streaming this and looking at our faces so I could show the people your likes of Twitter, because it is something to behold.
You know, everybody
Yes,
knows.
it
Everybody knows
is.
what I like on Twitter. You can go over there and check it out.
Not everybody. You only have what, like 5 followers?
Wow. Yeah. Sure.
But
I
they
got-
are your closest friends, so that's good.
I mean, are we really?
Well, if I had a Twitter, I'd follow you.
I'd follow you. All right, fuck it. So, Garcia said he'll be on here shortly, so we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this goddamn free agency shit in the NFL. We just passed one of the best free agency off seasons we've ever had. What'd you guys think
Still
of it?
having.
It's not over yet.
Yes, I know, but what'd you guys think of it so far?
I thought it was good. Makes me very excited for the NFL draft.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want football to start again.
Great conversation, Steven. Fucking fantastic.
Exactly.
You piece of goddamn shit.
You asked what I thought. That's what I thought. I don't care. I just want football to be here.
No, I mean, with everything that has happened, it definitely makes me excited for the draft, because then it's like, are there more trades that are going to be happening? How are teams going to draft with how their situations currently look? A lot of questions that I think could be answered.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you think about what teams have done, spending money wise, trades, all that stuff. You really see a new shift, I think, in power that could be happening within the league. So it's going to be a very fun and interesting season. What at this point, what do you guys think is the most impactful signing to date for a team?
Signing, are we including trades?
Let's go signing first, and then we'll talk about trades.
Ooh, signing. Oh,
Steven, you got anybody?
I'm trying to think.
I think it's been more of trades that have been more impactful.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah. I don't really think there's been something outside of a trade that's really mattered all that much.
So I would actually say Chandler Jones to the Raiders was pretty impactful. That gives them a pass rush, which is desperately needed in the AFC West, especially.
They need everything on that defense.
So I think that, but you can also say someone like Miles Jack in Pittsburgh. That was a really good signing. Or was that a trade?
That was a signing, but like even then, like,
oh yeah, because they let him go.
I don't know how impactful or like how big that is, because you still got TJ Watt. Their D line, I think, is good and kind of slept on.
But you can say like every team has
value.
They still have this person, they still have this person, but you could say that evens out that middle linebacking core, because now you have Miles Jack and Bush back there.
Yeah.
Well, are we adding?
So that is pretty impactful. That gives them a stable middle linebacker.
Are we adding re-signings to this or just signings?
Yeah, you could say re-signing.
Well, if you're saying re-signings, I'd say the extension that Rodgers signed. Because, I mean, I don't think he really could have gone anywhere else. But it keeps the Packers from being irrelevant this season.
Oh, I have something on the Packers here soon.
Because without them re-signing, and the Packers would have been irrelevant. They would have been.
I have something on the Packers here shortly.
Especially now that they don't have Devontae. Like, I think they're fucked already. So.
Yeah, that's gonna be, like I said, I have something on the Packers here when we start giving out team grades. Yeah. So all these little activities I have, we'll do for the second half. We'll save for Garcia because I want him to be a part of it. But and then we have. I think what's interesting is with all the signings, you're seeing the change in do draft picks really matter anymore? Because I think the Rams kind of changed that where let's just build the team now to win now and then fuck the draft picks. We're good. We'll get the best players that we can get. Let's go win a Super Bowl. Draft picks, I mean, they do matter, of course, but like you look at a team like Denver, where's their weak spot? They picked up who they needed. They'll probably pick up an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, but defensive line we're actually pretty good. So I think we're probably going to draft an offensive lineman or a tight end. I think actually we're going to go after a tight end. Because I mean, who do we have as backup now? Not really anybody. We have Albero, which I still can't pronounce his name, so there's that. But yeah, I mean, Denver upgraded. You have, I mean, and then okay, let's talk about trades. Like, who's the most impactful trade? You can say Russell, Tyreek.
I say it's Russell Wilson hands down.
Well, depends on what happens with Tyreek Hill or Devontae Adams, or people like that.
Tyreek Hill going to the Dolphins isn't going to amount to much. It'll amount to maybe another win or two.
Why not? Look what Deebo Samuel did.
Okay.
Deebo Samuel, I think, carried the San Francisco 49ers to the NFC Championship.
The Dolphins also have a pretty solid, complete team and a decent, smart, young coaching staff.
Yeah, but look at the coach that came there. Look at the coach that went there. That's the offensive coordinator from the San Francisco 49ers.
And you also got to look at Miami as a whole. They're young.
They're very young.
I still think they're a few years away from anything.
They might be a few years away from like winning it all, but they're still
they're a few years. They're a few years from still making the playoffs.
No,
they're not.
They will be second place in the AFC East.
They'll be third.
Nope.
Second. Because who do the Patriots have? What are the Patriots going to do? The Patriots have Mac Jones, who let's see what he does in the second year.
Mac Daddy.
They didn't really do anything in free agency.
Yep.
They lost a really good corner to the Chargers.
Yep.
I mean, the Dolphins did a lot of movement. They upgraded their run game. We'll see what Tua does. If Tua steps up and Tua can step up with this offense around him, oh my God, it's terrifying what that team can do. That defense was still pretty solid last year.
It'll depend. It'll depend on how the coaching staff treats him. Because if he has,
I mean, even then,
if he has 2 off games and they bench him, they're fucked.
They're not going to, because Mike Daniels isn't like that. That's why what's his name got fired too. That's what came out and said they were tired of the ring around the rosy thing they played with Tua, because they were scared. He was scared that he wanted to win now, and like threw in Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, if you want a kid to grow and build, I'm doing exactly.
Yeah, you're doing exactly what I want you to, motherfucker.
God damn it! As soon as I started talking, I'm like, oh shit.
But see, yeah, that's the truth, though.
Yes, but I mean, at the same time, like Tyler was saying, you look at their whole AFC East. The Jets are still going to be dog shit.
Yeah, I can agree with that. The Jets are still going to be.
They haven't really made any moves or anything like that to improve their defense, or at least I haven't seen of any.
Their offensive line is one of their biggest issues too.
Yeah,
and they need to add another. They need to add another weapon for Zach Wilson.
So what?
They need to add a wide receiver.
The Bills.
Oh, there he is, boys.
Oh, there goes.
You're gonna have the Bills that are gonna run it, like always, and then Miami's gonna finish second, a strong, clear second.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I mean, you look at what they did with. So they picked up, Taron Armstead, huge pickup for the offensive line for Tua to have a little bit of freedom back there. Then they picked up Raheem Mostert. That's a pretty good running game. And then they also picked up Chase Edmonds, was fantastic last year, that played with Arizona when James Conner went out. They picked up a receiver from Dallas. One of the receivers, I can't remember his name. They have Teddy Bridgewater for the backup, which, I mean, Teddy is Teddy, but it's a good veteran presence, I think, for Tua. And And defensive end, they picked up Emmanuel Ogba, Connor Williams, Preston Williams as wide receiver, Connor Williams as a guard, Duke Riley as linebacker. Let's see who else. I mean, they put some weapons around Tua. And if they use Tyreek like they did, Mike Daniels did with Debo, that team could be scary.
Yep.
Because I mean, I don't see anybody beating out Buffalo. I just don't. Buffalo is too damn good. And right now, I put Buffalo as the number one team in the NFL. I don't see anybody right now knocking them off unless they just have a huge choke job and have tons of injuries. Yeah, Cedric Wilson.
So-
that's who it is.
As it stands right now, yeah, I mean, you would almost have to put Buffalo as the top team. But after the draft, I think shifts could happen.
It could, but I mean, again, right now, yeah, like you said, I can't see anybody
Yeah.
better than Buffalo.
On
I just
paper,
can't.
yeah, on paper, it's almost impossible.
Yeah. If Buffalo were to get a better running back, oh my God. I mean, Devin Singletary is good, but man, if they could get someone a little more explosive, woo-wee.
And that's the thing, is like, I think Moss could be that, but at the same time, he's definitely more of the power back than the explosive speed back that you
Right.
need.
Right. Yeah, I'm really interested to see where, there's still huge people out there, which is kind of crazy.
Yep.
You have still Bobby Wagner. You have,
Which is surprising.
yeah, which is surprising. You still have Tyrann
Stephen
Matthew.
Gilmore.
You have OBJ. You have I'm trying to think
So-
who else.
You got Gilmore out there. Julio Jones
Yeah.
is still out there. Like, you still have some big names. I think OBJ hasn't been signed because of his injury. In all honesty, as much as I hate to say it, not as much as it sucks to say, but I think that's the reason why, is because you are going to sign him. OBJ deserves the money, but you're going to sign him to so much for him to sit out the whole season and maybe come back week 15, 16 at best.
You know what though? I gotta admit, the Jets, they signed the GOAT of quarterbacks, Joe Flacco, baby. We know how much Steven loves Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco fucking sucks.
Joe Flacco all day.
Hey,
got a Super
there's that
Bowl
boy.
Joe Flacco's ass.
He's got a Super Bowl ring.
Oh my God, who cares?
He's got more than Drew Lock.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Wow, you're
Drew
really
Lock's
good.
gonna have
You
Ray Lewis or
really-
Ed Reed carrying him either.
You really got me there, Diver.
Jesus.
Steven,
You really got me there. Fucking, I didn't know that.
Steven,
What?
it's like, yeah, Drew Lock had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed carrying him, so
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, he had a fucking top #1 defense.
So now that Garcia is here, Garcia, welcome back.
Thank you.
So I asked these guys
Thank you.
earlier. I'm gonna ask your
Thanks for
opinion.
waiting for y'all. Thank you.
Huh? What?
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 I didn't say anything.
Ah, okay. So I already asked these guys, who do you think is your most impactful signing this year?
For Houston?
No, for
No, no,
anybody.
no. NFL.
Oh, most impactful signing as of right now. That's tough, man, because there's been a lot of movements. I don't know. I can't.
You're breaking up.
What do
pretty
y'all
bad,
think?
dude. So we said, who did we say? I forgot now.
I said Rogers. I don't know what you guys said.
Oh, you said Rogers, yeah.
Ooh. In all honesty, mine might be JC.
JC Jackson?
Yeah.
Ooh. I actually, you know what? Thinking about that now, I might actually go with Denver's DJ Jones, because he is probably the second best run stopper in the league. And to put him in the middle, Ooh. The AFC West is going to be fun this year. That's all I got to say. The AFC West is going to be fun as hell this year.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely going to be very interesting to see.
Could
You
you
said
say
Chandler Jones originally, just to let you know.
what? Oh, I did
You
say
said-
Chandler Jones. That's right. That's right.
The-
You know who else we could probably say too, and as trading wise, Khalil Mack is a very big trade for the Chargers.
I
Yep.
mean, 2-3 years ago, maybe.
He's still a prominent pass
He's still
rusher.
productive though.
And it's
Still
Khalil
productive.
Mack. It's just like Von Miller. Like you have to game plan around him
I mean,
Yep.
he's kind of dropped off. He's definitely
because he
is-
was hurt.
He's definitely
As
still
long-
good, but he's never been the same since he went to Chicago.
As long as he can stay healthy, I think with him and Joey Bosa, they're not going to be able to double team them both.
That's what's scary.
Yep.
I think that's why they did it, is to get Khalil Mack, because yeah, you have Bosa, but what are you gonna do about Khalil Mack on the other side? Depends on who's guarding him. And then I mean, even Denver with getting Gregory, that's a big one. What do you guys think about? How do you guys think with the Carson Wentz trade? What's that going to do for Washington? The Washington Commanders.
I hate that fucking name.
I do too.
Still average.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still going to be a middle of the road team.
Which is kind of insane because Carson Wentz did really good last year. I mean, he put up what 27-7. It's not bad.
Yeah,
I think
but
for
I mean, he's
Carson Wentz,
still flopped at
it'll
the end.
probably help his career. But like, I don't think he's going to be. It's not going to be like a huge change or anything crazy.
Garcia, are you on the road right now or no?
He's muted.
Yeah, I am. No, I am. I'm on the road right now, headed back to the hotel.
Okay.
Resort. My bad. Correction. Resort. Jesus.
Oh, you're so fucking cool. So, all right. Well, I will. Before we go, like I said, we'll do that after our break. But what else can we talk about before we go into our break, Steven?
I have no idea what you want to talk about, man.
Hey,
So
hey, you're a part of this as much as I am.
You have not
So-
shared anything with me. You just dropped that we were talking about the
I'll go fuck
freaking
myself.
free agency stuff right before we started.
Hey, man, this
Exactly.
is all impromptu. You can do it, man. Impromptu. Come on. Get it together.
Diver, go ahead.
So I was gonna say before I muted myself for this entire time again and have my little fit. Where do you guys see Bobby Wagner going?
I see him retiring.
No.
No, he won't retire. Why do you think
Denver.
everybody's gonna retire?
Like two.
Because that
Wasn't he looking at Denver?
He is. Russell Wilson's
Russell
trying
was
to get
trying
him.
to get him to Denver. But then it's the same thing. Where do you see Matthew going? Because I heard the Colts.
Houston. Fucking Houston.
He won't go back to Houston.
Hey, he
I was
wants to
thinking-
get paid, right? He'll go to Houston.
He doesn't want to
'Cause
get paid. He wants to win.
This is true.
Because I heard the Colts were supposedly a dark horse for him.
I could see the Ravens.
Ooh.
I see the Ravens going after him.
Yeah. Then I mean that would honestly probably work pretty well for him too.
Steven, what about you?
For Matthew?
Matthew, yeah.
I have no idea. I don't really care. I didn't like him as a Chief. Didn't like him as a Texan. Give a
But
shit.
can we talk about how he was in college?
The
Man,
Honey
you're
Badger?
The honey badger?
Honey Badger.
Oh,
Oh,
he, in my opinion, he should have been the second defensive player to ever win the Heisman.
Steven, who was the first defense player to win the Heisman?
Charles Woodson.
That a boy.
You actually do know something. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I do. Fuck you.
Way to fucking go. Way to go.
That a boy. That a boy. What about fuck, who else? I was thinking of someone now. I forgot his name. Yeah, so Wagner, I can see him going to I would hope Denver. That'd be great as far as leadership goes and everything. Because I don't think he's looking to get paid anymore. I just think he wants to play
Yeah.
for a winning contending team. But I can also see, of course, Garcia's gonna be like, "Oh, Houston, yeah, come to Houston."
They got money.
Yeah, they do have money.
We have money, man. It can happen.
You still have. Didn't you? Weren't you guys talking about Jadeveon Clowney?
Yeah, that's still an option too. I mean, we got Lovie Smith, so I mean, there's a chance to improve there.
Lovie Smith is fucking garbage.
It's better than what we had before. I said improve, not make it to the playoffs, but improve.
Garcia,
True.
anything that you had from before is improvement.
Hey, trust the fucking process, all right?
Yeah, well, you said that about your own team.
You've
too.
been having a process since you came into the league.
And you're fucking dead.
So what about players like you still have Jadeveon, Stephon Gilmore, who needs a corner? Like I think a lot of people can use a good corner.
Fuck it, Denver should just
Fuck it, go get him.
just cause who gives a shit? Do what we did last year, fucking sign a million corners.
Julio, I think Julio might go to Arizona.
So I just saw a thing saying the Patriots are about to show strong interest in getting Julio.
Well, I hope they do.
He could be a good weapon for Zach Wilson if the Jets dish out the money.
He's not gonna need that much money.
Yeah, I'd say he hasn't been really showing out to deserve it.
Well, I mean, he's definitely a number 2 now, but he's still a reliable target for a young kid. He could be a good Jet.
Melvin Gordon, he's still available. I think we may re-sign him, but who knows? I think Denver's waiting on a lot of things through the draft, and I think they're waiting to see where people fall because I mean they're saying that they want to re-sign Callahan, they want to re-sign freaking Kareem Jackson. I just don't think economically it's possible, but they did restructure Cortland and Tim Patrick restructured their contract, so they may be going after someone. Who knows?
Well, they still only have 20 mil left.
That's pretty good.
I mean, yeah.
They're not going to give nobody that's a free agent is going to request $20 million a year.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but I mean, we could sign the 3 of them back,
depending on what
depending
kind of
on
money they want.
Yeah, depending on the contracts that they want.
So here was another one. What do you guys think about
Steven's mom?
Taysom Hill? Primary focus going forward will be playing tight end.
Like I said, he'll be receiving tight end. He won't be a blocking tight end. The Saints are going to give away everything they do.
Oh yeah. 100%.
When Taysom Hill's in, they're passing it, or they're going to run some type of reverse or
Some random
option
shit.
play or whatever.
Yep.
It's going to be just like when Denver had Philip Lindsay. Philip Lindsay was in. We knew they were passing. Everybody knew we were passing it. If he wasn't in, it was probably going to be a run, or at least we were going to pass, and he wasn't going to run block or pass block. So Taysom is just an interesting fella.
Yeah.
All right, Steven. Well, do you want to take a quick break and then we'll go into our fun activities?
Sure, why not? Let's take a quick break.
Sounds so much fun, yeah.
Oh, am I taking us out? Is that what that is? Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess we're taking a quick 5-minute break or so. Be back. See you guys in a few minutes.
We're back. Yeah, I'll get another beer. All right, we're back in action, boys. So let's do this. Let's do these little activities that I have. So the first one is going to be, let me pull up my notes right here real quick. All right, so Garcia, are you ready to think?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so you guys can help him too, but this is a lot going towards like Garcia because it's gonna be Texans, but you guys can probably figure it out too. So this is called the obscure quarterback game. I'm gonna give you guys clues. You guys try and figure out who I'm talking about. All right,
Okay,
y'all ready?
let's go. Let's fucking go. LSG.
All right. So the guy most notably started 7 games for the Texans in 2017.
Case Keenum.
Huh?
Case Keenum.
Nope. Fourth round. Listen. Fourth round pick out of Rutgers in 2014.
Oh,
6'4", 230 pounds. 2-7 career record with a 5 touchdown to 7 interception ratio. And he started his collegiate career at Pittsburgh.
Tom Savage.
Wow, that was amazing.
So I didn't
Wow.
know he went to Rutgers. I was
That was
trying to.
great.
Yep.
Way to go.
Bring it.
All right.
Fucking go.
That was great. All right. So this next one is guess the franchise leaders in stats. This may be a Steven thing, but Steven, before you answer, let other people answer first, okay? Because you'll know this one. This is the Denver Broncos. All right. So I'm going to name
Peyton
off.
Manning.
Shut up. I'm going to name off a stat, and you guys name off the person that leads the Broncos franchise in this. So passing yards.
John Elway.
Attaboy. Rushing yards.
Terrell
Terrell
Davis.
Davis.
Attaboy. Receiving yards.
Shannon Sharp.
Rod Smith.
Shannon Sharp is third. Rod Smith is it. Sacks.
Von Miller.
Attaboy. And interception, Steven, you can definitely put your name in this one because this one's kind of difficult. Interceptions.
Steve Atwater.
Nope.
Ooh.
Interceptions.
Champ Bailey.
Nope. He is
That-
fifth.
That's who I was thinking.
I was thinking Chris Harris Jr., but that's not right either.
I'm gonna throw one more. Delta O'Neal.
Yeah, I was gonna say Delta O'Neal.
Nope.
Huh?
This guy played in the 70s.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
no. Don't know.
His name is Steve Foley.
Damn.
So those are little interesting things. So this one's going to be fun.
How many interceptions did he have?
He had a total of... Let me tell you. I can tell you real quick.
I think it's 14.
Yeah. I'll have to look and see. I could tell you
350.
shortly.
350.
I can tell you. I should have wrote it down. I didn't even write it down.
So then how we know that's actually him?
Well, because it says it.
But how do you know? Do you write that one down?
44.
He had 44.
Damn.
God damn.
And think about, though, in the 70s, he had 44 interceptions. They weren't passing the ball too much in the 70s.
Yeah.
So, okay. But he only had 622 interception yards. And out of 44 interceptions, he only had 1 touchdown. But he was part of the
Okay.
Orange Crush defense. So, this one's going to be for everybody. Again, it's I'm going to name 2 NFL players. You guys name who leads the other in that statistical category. All right?
All right.
So, who has more career receiving yards, Gronk or Kelsey?
Kelsey.
Yeah, take Kelsey.
What did you say,
Kelsey.
Garcia? Kelsey?
Kelsey.
It's actually Gronk, 9,300 to 9,000.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh
That's,
my
close.
God.
That's close as fuck.
Passing yards, Deshaun Watson or Josh Allen?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun.
I'm gonna go Josh.
Deshaun Watson, 14,500 to 14,100.
Ooh.
All right, more career sacks, Jason Taylor or LT?
LT.
LP.
Yeah.
You LT? Yep, LT, 142 to 139.5. All right, this one's a fun one. Who has the most receiving yards, Alvin Kamara or Christian McCaffrey?
McCaffrey.
Kamara.
Camara.
Steven, what'd you say?
McCaffrey.
And then you guys both said Kamara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Kamara, 3,263 to 3,015.
The injuries are fucking him.
Yep.
I
So
mean, still, he has that many yards with injuries. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's insane, yeah. But that's
Jesus.
the whole reason why I went Camaro was because of injuries.
well, I would have went Kamara because of Drew Brees.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that
exactly what I
too.
thought. Drew Brees. Yeah.
So this one's gonna be interesting. Rushing yards, Curtis Martin or LaDainian Tomlinson?
LT.
Martin.
Martin. Yeah.
Curtis
140
Martin,
Bravo.
14,100 to
Damn!
13,700. Curtis Martin is like
He
top
was slept
5. I
on.
think.
Yeah, he was slept on a
Yeah.
lot. He wasn't
He
really
was
talked
definitely
about.
an underdog too. He was an underdog.
That I remember seeing that one. That like how high his rushing yards were.
Yeah, that's Curtis Martin, I thought he always came out every year he got you.
Yep,
Isn't he a Hall of Famer too?
I believe he is.
I believe so. Yeah.
All right. So, okay. More career passing yards, Eli Manning or Matt Ryan?
Eli.
I'm gonna go Matt.
Go Matt
I'll go
Ryan.
with
So it's actually Matt Ryan, almost 60K to I believe 50 something.
He has 60K yards. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember when Matt Ryan first got in the league, he had Julio Jones, Roddy White. Like he was balling out for a couple years.
Yeah, that's true.
Whether they were good or not, like that wise,
All right.
he was balling out.
All right. So more career passing yards, Fran Tarkenton or Joe Montana?
Fran Tarkenton.
Parkinson.
Yeah.
All right, Fran Tarkenton is right. 47,000 to measly 41,000. All right, more career sacks, Dwight Freeney or Robert Mathis?
Robert
Freeney.
Mathis.
I'm gonna go Mathis.
It's actually Freeney
Yep.
has about 2.5 more.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that sucks.
All right, playoff passing touchdowns. This is a fun one. Brady versus Rodgers and Manning.
Brady has more than both combined.
You said Rodgers and who?
And Manning
Peyton Manning.
combined.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, Brady has more than both of them combined.
I'm gonna go with Rodgers and Manning.
So this is actually really close. It's Brady with 86, Manning and Rodgers combined 85.
Oh my god. Combined though. Jeez.
Yeah, that's combined put together. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's fucking crazy.
Okay, so this is just one player. Does Austin Eckler have more rushing yards or more receiving yards?
I would say
Fuck, I'd say
receiving.
receiving, yeah.
So it's actually rushing 28-12 to 27-52.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is it the next
Yeah.
one, I think?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start doing those are kind of fun. I think especially the name two players. So I'm gonna start throwing that in every so often. So we're gonna talk about NFL, free agency again, but we're gonna go with grading the teams and how they did. So we know so far, excuse me. Of course, what we talked about free agency isn't done. I think one of the big things we're looking at, like we didn't mention, is where DK could go. Could he go the Chiefs, Packers?
So he's already
Seattle.
chewed off the Chiefs.
They're still putting offers in though.
They're still putting offers in, but he doesn't want to go.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't have a trade clause.
Yeah.
If he needs to go, he can go.
I think they would trade Lockett before they would trade DK. That's a personal opinion.
I think Lockett was a product of Russell Wilson.
Yes, but the reason why I say they would trade Lockett before they trade DK is because they have a young core right now in Seattle. So why not trade the older one and keep building off that young core?
What do y'all think?
What about DK?
Yeah. Is it DK or Lockett goes first?
Lockett goes first. DK's gonna stay. Yeah.
That and
Yeah, I don't
DK
remember
still on
any of
his
this.
rookie contract.
Yeah, I mean, it could
believe
be
at least.
cheaper because that's why I think the Packers could throw their name out there because he's cheap. In all reality, and Lockett's still getting paid because Packers don't have money.
Yeah, that's the issue with the Packers, but that's the reason why I think Lockett would go is because then they would free up a lot of cap space to use for future, to either use for draft and next year's free agency or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Great. Where are you going?
He's got to poo, man. Let him be.
Park in the car, man. Park in the car.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll just name a team. You guys give me like a grade: A plus, B plus,
E.
whatever. D. Give them the D.
E.
And then you guys kind of have just give me a little tiny reason why you guys give them those grades, and then we'll move on. So right now, this is just as of right now. It could move differently. Blah blah blah. So, what offseason grade do you give to the Las Vegas Raiders?
Honestly,
B.
I would say B plus.
Yeah.
I think they definitely emphasize a weak point in getting Devontae Adams and Chandler Jones, but I do think that they could have added more value and like done other things, been able to go after more free agents or whatever the case may be.
Like what though? Like where could they have? You're saying they
like-
could have done value where?
They need to work
But
on
like
their
get a
offensive
linebacker,
line.
you had Kazir White, who's a good linebacker, who was a free agent for a while, who just signed.
Who?
Or
You broke. I'm sorry.
Kazir White, he just signed with the Eagles.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Like he's a good linebacker that definitely could have helped out.
If they were to sign Bobby Wagner, I'd go up to like an A-. But yeah, they still have issues on defense. Their line is still pretty subpar.
Okay. Yeah. So I give them an A minus just because I do agree with the middle linebacker, but those were two big signings or big trades. I mean, you had Chandler Jones, who is maybe a little up there in age, but he does upgrade their pass rush now that they still have oh god, what's his name? Defensive end. Crosby. You put Chandler Jones on the other side. They signed a corner, and I can't remember his name, but they signed a corner who helps out a bit. And then also, of course, Devontae Adams, I think upgrades there. I mean, I think he does upgrade that receiving course. And now you have Renfro, Jones, Adams, and Waller, and then plus you still have Josh Jacobs back there. And Derek Carr isn't really that bad of a quarterback, but I think that kind of helps them out.
Yep.
He's inconsistent.
He is. I think he gets a little more consistent now with I think with the addition of Devontae Adams, I think he gets a little more consistent.
So it's not constantly thrown to one guy that he can rely on constantly.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So going off of that, what do you guys give the Green Bay Packers?
I'd give them like a C. They've given away weapons. They have no money. I mean, they're kind of screwed if the draft doesn't work out great for them.
So for me, I'd probably almost look at a D.
That's what I said too, is a D.
And I mean,
You gave away Smith, you're giving away Devontae, you signed Aaron Rodgers to a huge contract, which hurts yourself long term.
They have no elite skilled perimeter players anymore.
Yep. I was gonna say
they got rid of Valdez Scantling.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the same thing about Rodgers. That contract fucks them.
Yeah.
They needed to re-sign him because Jordan Love is not their future, and like I said earlier, they're at least in some kind of contention with Rodgers, and without him, they would have gone to fourth place. They'd have been in the basement, I think, in the North. So I mean, while it was necessary, it's definitely gonna hinder their future. So.
Yeah, I think. Well, now all you have is Aaron Jones, so it's like, what are you going to do there?
Who knows, man?
Because I mean, didn't they lose AJ Dillon too, or AJ Dillon's still playing for?
I think AJ Dillon's still playing for him. I haven't seen anything about
right,
it.
Yeah.
No, he's still there.
Okay, so this is a fun one for Diver, the Cleveland Browns.
My honest opinion, I say probably a C or a C plus. So I think, yes, we improved in quarterback with getting Deshaun Watson, but I think long term we're hurting ourselves with what we gave up and the money we're spending for him. But at the same time, the same thing the Browns have been doing for the last couple of years, which has been my biggest gripe. We go after positions on the front, but it's not what we truly need. We always we still need defensive a defensive line to be able to help out Miles Garrett, especially now that Jadeveon Clowney's a free agent. Linebackers have always been our weak point. So I'm curious to see how we're going to do in the draft to see how we're going to help out. I
So
think getting Amari Cooper helped, but also releasing Jarvis Landry hurt it as well. It kind of counterbalanced it.
you did get Chase Winovich at the beginning of the.
Yep, traded, which I think is helpful because he's young and I do think he's good. But like we don't have defensive tackles to be able to help out either. I don't think Chase Winovich is going to put that big of a mark or a pressure onto people to where they're going to have to worry about him like a Jadeveon Clowney did.
So I was going to give them a B. Yeah, you got Deshaun Watson, but who knows of if he's going to play this year or not.
Yep.
I mean, the good thing about that is you gave him a 5-year, $230 million contract, but this year could be that in that contract, what I was reading is they only might have to pay him only like $1 million this year.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So that would actually be huge on savings wise. But I mean, you guys did sign Jacoby Brissett, who is going to probably be the bridge quarterback. Amari Cooper and Hakeem Grant. That's not too bad of a receiver core right there, which is amazing that Dallas, you guys only had to give up a 5th round, 6th round pick for Amari. But also, you're probably going to have to pay Amari Cooper. You're paying Amari Cooper some big bucks this year.
Yep.
You guys re-signed Hubbard? But
yeah,
really, I give them a B because if Deshaun Watson comes out and actually does have to play, I think Deshaun team way better than Baker ever did.
Well, yeah. So I do think Deshaun Watson was an upgrade. Grant is a quick receiver, but that dude is so small. You can't even see him have over the old line 90% of the time. Because the dude's like 5'3". He's not, but it seems like it compared to everybody else.
Right.
But like, so in reality, yeah, we have Njoku back, which I think was a good pickup because Hooper is, I think, at first everybody thought it was going to be a great signing, and it's not turned into it. And I've already seen the articles of it saying that that's probably one of the worst contracts in the NFL still holding to this day. But I mean, outside of that, so you have Cooper and you have Njoku. You got Peoples Jones, who could be good and could keep going and showing potential. If we could bring Jarvis Landry back, it could be on the plus side. But I mean, outside of that, like our offense is we still have a good running back duo, which I love. But defensively, it's always been our weak point. And when we do go after defense, it's always been cornerbacks or something we don't need.
Steven, what do you think for Browns?
For the Browns, I kind of disagree with Diver. I mean, I'd say a C. The Deshaun Watson pickup is important, and it's a good thing that they just kind of ripped off the Band-Aid with Baker and just decided to move on from it, but I mean...
So where do you think he goes?
I don't know. I don't know if he even plays this year. I think this might just be a year where he sits out. I don't know where you put him.
I think if Deshaun doesn't play, I think they'll play Baker just to try to give him another year to.
They already said Jacoby's going to be the bridge.
Yeah, they already said.
Did they?
They
already said, but Baker's not playing. And Baker, when he basically said, "I want out," and he said he was out, so he's not going to play for them.
The only reason why I was going to say Baker would probably play was because it would give him an extra more time to be able to showcase his skills to show, hey, I'm not hurt anymore. I can ball out.
As much as now, he's not that good.
The only scenario where Baker Mayfield steps on the field in Cleveland is if Jacoby gets hurt and Deshaun can't play,
and they don't trade him. Because I don't see anybody offering up. Because I mean, if he did ball out, he brought the Browns back to prominence. I'll give him that.
Yep.
I don't know what kind of prominence that was, but he did good, but he's just not elite. He's not elite enough because if he was elite or as good as some people say he is,
he's a quarterback who fits into a good team.
Yeah, so I was thinking Seattle could make a push, just depending on what they want to do with Locke. If they want to run with Locke, then they won't make a push. Carolina could possibly, but there hasn't been any movement on Sam Darnold.
You still have to think about the draft too.
Yeah,
They
and
could-
the draft, I mean, who knows where, because you still have all the I think that's maybe why a lot of people are going to move on Baker yet, because you still have people going after what's his name from what Malik, is it Malik Willis?
Mhm.
Yeah, Malik Willis out of Liberty, and
they're
then you
looking
still
at
got
him.
Kenny Pickett out of
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. You
So
still got that quarterback out of Cincy.
so you're still seeing what happens. A lot of people have also read too that he might want to go back to go to Pittsburgh to possibly stick it to Cleveland.
Even if he goes to Pittsburgh, he's still going to be a backup.
To Trubisky?
So I think Pittsburgh's going to try to draft a quarterback.
You think?
I think so.
So because they picked up because they re-signed Dwayne Haskins and then they picked up Mitch Trubisky, which I personally think Mitch Trubisky, which is going to be my next is it on here my list? It is. He's an upgrade, but you know, he's not elite, but you're not paying him too much, which is great. So he could be a bridge quarterback for, you know, someone next year, but I don't know. Pitt could go after someone. I just don't see him. Maybe Trubisky's that quarterback, just like, you know, they go in, Trubisky will play for a bit and the rookie steps in. Who knows? But
I
I think
could see that, but I mean, you already have teams like Carolina who's already saying like, "Hey, we'll trade up to go get after Malik Willis." Even though yes, they are keeping Sam Darnold, they know who they want, and yeah, we've said it countless times in many of these podcasts. This draft is very defense heavy, at least for the first couple rounds. So it very well could be that Trubisky's just a band-aid to the fix, to where he's just there for the year or two until they can get a solid draft pick where there actually is an elite quarterback that Pittsburgh wants to go after.
The thing about this draft that makes it super unique is that I think the teams that can afford to draft a quarterback right now, if they don't pan out, they don't care about tanking again. They're like, okay, fuck it, we'll just tank again.
right, and we'll build up our defense or whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
or
not like
or we'll build up weapons for next year to go pick up a quarterback. I mean, who knows?
Yep.
So, I mean, I honestly don't see a situation where Baker Mayfield is even playing next
year. Yeah, you just can't. I don't see a team that wants him.
I don't.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think the Colts were the strongest front runner for him, but then the Colts went after Matt Ryan.
So what do you think? Okay, I guess that's my next thing is Atlanta Falcons. What do you give them? I gave them, and we're not gonna go through each team, don't worry. But I gave them a B minus because, you know, Marcus Mariota is not a bad quarterback. I want to see him start again. I mean, what, he only got a 2-year.
Yeah, they got him cheap.
They got him cheap, and then they re-signed Cordell Patterson, who is a fantastic. He balled out last year.
Yeah.
But I also think losing Calvin Ridley might hurt them a bit.
Oh, it definitely will.
Oh, yeah,
but then they got Damian Williams, who wasn't bad. Kadarrell Hodge, Auden Tate. You know, that's not bad. They boosted their own line just a bit with Jake Matthews and Elijah Wilkinson. And their defense, their defense has been solid. They got Casey Hayward, Isaiah Oliver, and Eric Harris, and they re-signed Young Ho Koo.
See, I'd probably give Atlanta
damn, that's a big contract.
I'd probably give Atlanta like a C plus, just because Mariota, yes, I think will do what everybody kind of expects. He's not going to have, you know, a great year or anything like that. Like, he'll have a good year, a solid year. But like the same thing with Pittsburgh. I think he's just a band-aid to the fix. He's not going to be there long term or anything like that. He is there because they're not expecting to get a quarterback in this year's draft. He's there to keep them afloat and basically go on from there, because now with Tom Brady back, obviously Tom Brady's going to run that division. But the rest of that the other three teams, it's kind of up in the air of where they're gonna fall.
Right. Yeah. That lower NFC South is going to be a runaway with Tampa.
Oh yeah.
So my next pick is going to be my next team, the Dallas Cowboys. I gave them a D. They lost 2 starters on the O line, and they lost 2 starters in the wide receiver core. And then they also lost Randy Gregory. They're a team that I don't think, in quotation marks, studied for the test. They were not good. They didn't do good at all.
They weren't prepared.
Yeah.
Who's the other wide receiver they lost?
Cedric Wilson.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean,
Some
yeah,
reason I was thinking-
they resigned Michael Gallup, which was
Yeah.
cool. But I mean, in all reality, what else did they really do?
Nothing.
Yeah,
They-
I mean, there was
didn't
conversations
address
in
any
them.
issues.
Yeah, they didn't address any issues. If anything, they got worse. But like you were saying, I probably agree with the D. I mean, there was conversations in them potentially looking at Bobby Wagner, but that's not a thing anymore.
I think
But-
they're banking on the entire draft. That's their only hope.
That's what I think. I think I could see them making moves and not really draft and just kind of trade their picks for certain players to help fill the void.
It's hard too when you have the highest paid running back in the league and he's not living up to that highest paid running back in the league status.
Yep.
Okay. Miami. I give them a B plus, honestly.
Yeah, I'd probably go A minus, honestly.
I go Diver A minus. I mean, I know I said it earlier. They're still a ways from winning, but they did make moves. Just I still don't feel like they're there yet. Like you said earlier, you think they're gonna handily take second place. I don't see handily. I see if they do take second place, it's gonna be something where either the Patriots sucked at the beginning of the season and they could never catch up, or they fall apart at the end of the season, and that's where Dallas kind of Miami overtakes.
I just think Miami takes it because I think they sweep the AFC East besides beating Buffalo. I think they beat New England twice, and I think they beat, of course, they'll beat the Jets twice.
Yep.
And then really, I see them really as probably a 10-win team, 10, 11-win team.
Yep. I agree. I think basically, unless the Patriots go after a big receiver like a DK or even potentially a Julio to help rebuild his career, I don't see the Patriots getting the second spot in that division. We all know the Jets aren't. Jets are terrible.
The only thing is, though, as far as playoffs go, how competitive the NFL is, especially the AFC is, they're either going to be the 7th seed or they're not.
See, that's something I'm going to want to bring up here in a minute, but I'm going to wait to bring that up.
Okay, so we only have one more team, and of course, Steven, I know you've been waiting for this one. Me personally, the Denver Broncos, I give them an A+, not just because of Russell Wilson, but I mean they signed Randy Gregory, they got DJ Jones, they were going to be impactful right off the bat. Then you have the trade for Russell. I personally think they didn't, which was great. They didn't give up elite pieces. Yeah, they gave up some draft picks. Fine. They gave up draft picks and Noah Fant. So in my eyes, as a Bronco fan, all hell Hackett and Peyton. I give them A+.
I agree. I'm still gonna die on the hill. I still think Drew Lock could have grown and become something. But like I said to you guys, this was the only other option I would accept, and it's a great option. I mean, Russ is gonna play for at least 6-7 more years. If he stays,
4.
No. if Russ stays,
I'll go 5-6.
If Russ stays healthy, he's playing till he's 39. So.
And I think with our line, we have a good line.
And yeah, I mean, the whole thing is we didn't give up anyone. Noah, I mean, I'm going to miss Noah. And, I mean, good luck to him. But, I mean, we didn't give up anything. We gave up draft picks, Noah Fant, and...
Yeah,
I mean,
what a freaking trade.
Yeah, we traded a not yet developed quarterback for arguably the third best quarterback still in the league. So, you know, there's not a whole lot Denver needed to do. And
Well, you put him as third best quarterback in the league?
I would.
Oh God! So who's your 1 and 2?
Brady and Rodgers.
Oh no! Where do you put Josh Allen then?
I put Josh Allen at 4, and then I put
What
Mahomes at
about-
5.
Oh, I put Allen at Russell at 4.
I think they're getting to that point. I think that this is the turning of an era. Once Rodgers retires, probably at the end of this year, and if Brady would have stayed retired, I mean, I'd still leave Russ at 3, and then I'd probably hop Allen and Mahomes over him. But I mean, Russ is a top 3 quarterback.
Russ is a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, he's top 3.
I think. Okay, let's do this. I think with the weapons he had last year and the team he had around him, he was a top 5. But this year, I think with the weapons that he has the potential to go back into that top 3 spot.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
that's where I'm going to say that is.
and
I think
that's kind of what I was thinking. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I think with the weapons that he has of Cortland, Judy, I think the best thing for Jerry Jeudy was the fact that we argued that he couldn't catch, but I think the fact that you have a veteran quarterback back there like Russell Wilson, he's going to make Jerry Jeudy look like a fucking god out there because they're going to make him so good because you're going to have Tim Patrick and Cortland getting those catches, those hard inside catches.
Don't forget KJ's coming back from his injury.
Exactly. And then while I was getting to that is
Yeah.
you have KJ, who is now the fastest receiver in the AFC West, because now that Tyreek is gone, I think that they're going to use KJ as like a Tyreek where he's going to be the burner. And then you have Judy coming across the middle and just running like drags and gone. Boy, I swear to God. And then you can open that up and you have Javonte coming out the backfield. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. This AFC West and this Denver team, we're going to have so much fun this year. Knock on wood.
Yeah,
Swear to God, if they play Russell Wilson through any fucking the preseason, I'm going to cry.
The biggest fight for you guys is going to be the Chargers by far. I think in that division.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think now that Kansas City doesn't have, because fuck Juju. Juju can go fuck himself. He's going to be dancing all the time. He's going to be sucking off fucking, what's his name? Jackson Mahomes. Naked fucking TikToks.
Yep.
You have Valdez Scantling, who he can suck a cock, but Kelsey's going to be their biggest, threat. Which I think the signing of the Eagles linebacker that we had, that we got that. Oh God, what's his name? We signed that Eagles linebacker. I'm sorry, Alex Singleton. He's going to be good in the middle to cover Travis Kelce. I also think though that we got that corner from San Francisco, that Kawan Williams. He's a big corner. He can play. I think he can kind of match up with Kelce to a certain extent. But I think now that we have a big pass rush, boy, we better be leading the league in sacks.
I just want to end their fucking streak. That's it. I don't want to see it anymore.
I think this is the year people may do it. I mean, I think, like I said, the AFC West is going to be intense.
Yeah.
Knock on
I
wood.
just think with the additions the Chargers made, that's to their defense especially. That's the only reason why I see them being the biggest fight.
It's going to be fun. So, Steven, you said you had something. Go ahead.
Yeah. So with Brady coming back, Breeze has already been gone. Matt Ryan's out of there. We have the potential for the AFC South to become like the NFC South to become like the NFC East. And I just kind of want to get you guys' thoughts. How long is it until the NFL playoffs adopts a record system instead of 2 divisions? Because I mean,
instead of 2 divisions, what do you mean?
Instead of 2 conferences, like as being the playoff teams. Because I mean, we're getting to a point where it's kind of boring to see the NFC East team go and just get fucked. And then if the NFC South can't really find any ground, I mean, once Brady's finally done, I mean, don't you think that those spots should go to better teams? Like, should we just
are you talking like erase, still have the AFC and NFC sides, but then just go off of records?
Just go record based. Yeah.
And so 1 through 7 be the best 7 teams, So you could have okay. That would be interesting because I think like this year, I keep saying it, but the AFC West, you can have double-digit wins throughout the whole
division.
The whole division. So I mean, could you imagine saying like Denver goes? Just say this: Denver wins 14 games. They go 14-3. Okay, which would be beautiful. So they get the number 1 seed. Kansas City goes 13-5, 13-4.
Uh-huh.
They get the 2 seed. Kansas City, or just say that, or Chargers go 13-4. Kansas City goes 11 and whatever. Vegas gets 10. So you're like, wow, okay, that could get all 4 of them possibly in the playoffs, depending on, other schedules and the strength of schedules and all this and that. I think personally that'd be interesting.
Uh-huh.
I think it would, because the NFC East, fuck them, they're out. Dallas would probably be the only one, and they'd probably be a 5th or 6th seed. Fuck them. You get the NFC West, who all 3 teams besides Seattle, who's in a rebuild mode, all 3 teams could possibly get in the playoffs of San Fran, Arizona, and the Rams.
Uh-huh.
And then, which they did last year, right? Arizona, yeah.
Yeah, Arizona made it.
And then like the NFC South, you'd only have possibly Tennessee, because Houston's not going to go back for another fucking 20 years. If they even survive that long before they sell the team.
I think they'll sell the team first. But okay.
And then, I mean, then you have, the AFC East, who could possibly be two teams, maybe 3. NFC North, I personally believe, I think this is the year that the Green Bay Packers do not get first. I think Minnesota takes that over. That's just my opinion.
That's a possibility. It really is.
Minnesota has a strength of, if Dalvin Cook can stay healthy, that team is scary. But I personally, I would enjoy it. I think it'd be fun, because they could do just like how the NBA does. They could do a play-in game if they wanted to. They could do, the best 8 teams, 7 teams get in. First seed gets a bye. Or they say, fuck it. First seed doesn't get a bye, and you go with 8 teams, and you say 1 and 8 plays, whatever.
Yeah. But I mean,
I think
I
think
just
the
bring
NFL is too made on the bye week and keep the number 1 seed the bye week. That makes people I think that makes it more interesting, because it's only 1 team that gets the bye week instead of 2.
Gives you something more to play for to keep that 1 seed.
And I mean, I just bring it up because it really has been. It's been a while since the NFC East even mattered. Like, I don't know. I feel like other teams deserve positions in the playoffs.
I think if the playoffs weren't as good as they were last year, I think that would be a possibility. But the playoffs were so good last year that I think it's going to be tough for them to say, let's change it up again.
Yeah, and I think with this year, with all the moves that have happened, I mean, I think it's probably going to be different than what we're used to seeing as well.
Okay, so what about this? Talking about changes, what do you guys think about the new overtime? Head out, because man, I'm getting hungry.
I disagree.
I love it.
I disagree.
You don't like it?
I think.
Please explain.
I think that it's supposed to be sudden death. I mean, it's the playoffs. I get it, and deciding who gets the ball in a coin toss is kind of stupid. But I mean, I would have preferred anything else. Like I said, like we were talking about like a month ago, 2 months ago. Go college rules for the first 2 drives, 1 drive for each team. But then, like, I don't know. I don't know.
I agree. I think the playoffs should be each team gets a chance. But I think in regular season, fuck them.
Yeah, regular season, yeah. But I mean,
make a stop, make a goddamn play, get out of there. But I think in playoffs, I agree, each team should. And
I mean, I disagree with the way it is. Like, I don't think it should be. like I said, I don't think it should be kickoffs and stuff like that. It still shouldn't rely on a toss for who gets it. I think if you're tied, home team has the decision to go first or defer, and then you start on the 20. You do college rules for the first 2 drives, and then after that you kick off if you're still tied.
Yeah, I think we'll see. It'll be interesting, but I agree. I think it's only be. I think they should change the rules just for the playoffs, and that'd make it way more fun. Because I think the Bills. I think personally the Bills probably cried about it, but it's whatever.
Oh, they definitely did.
Oh yeah, the Bills cried about it.
So, anyways, I got nothing else to say. Steven, what do you got?
I don't have anything else to put to this.
All right, Diver, you got anything?
No, sir.
And our magical person that said 2 words, Garcia, you got anything?
No, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are legit.
Hey, we do this. We're here for you, man. You missed our whole circle jerk talk, so you may have to get into that.
I'm gonna have to circle back.
You will have to circle back, you circle jerk dick.
That wasn't even in the podcast, but yeah. I'll give Garcia the file if he wants to listen.
Real quick.
So. No, we don't need to do that.
Yeah. So Garcia, you ready to hear this?
Nope. I'm gonna mute you guys.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Well, then lead us out, then, Steven, because I don't know why you think this is so bad that we can't talk about it.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We're back. We should be more consistent again.